Today I'm going to start you off cooking some spaghetti squash. Poke some holes in this guy and then stick it in the microwave for about 15 minutes, or until soft when you squeeze it. Now cut it in half after waiting about 10 minutes to let it cool, and take the seeds gently out with a fork. Very, very easy to do. In a moment, you're going to see why this is called spaghetti squash. Once we remove all the seeds and discard them into a bowl, we're going to take a fork and we're going to gently start to pull the meat out of the squash onto a plate. This is a wonderful replacement for pasta, and it won't make you fat. So here we go. Let's take a fork and start removing that spaghetti onto the plate. You see how it has an angel hair look to it? It's very, very flavorful, a nutty flavor, and it's very, very low in carbohydrates. You know, it's the starch that's inside of the flour made in the pasta that makes us fat. At Fat to Skinny, we teach you how to replace all of your favorite foods with foods you can eat that won't make you heavy. Now, let's go ahead and put some wonderful Italian spaghetti sauce on top of this. Now, when you look for your spaghetti sauce in the store, try to find the lowest carb count spaghetti sauce, because that's where the sugar is going to come from. Now, we'll just take some fresh Parmesan grated cheese, sprinkle it over the top, a little bit of fresh parsley right over the top, and now just a bit of fresh basil. These are the trilogy spices when it comes to Italian food: basil, parsley, and Parmesan cheese. And there you have it. There's your spaghetti squash plate. Now, next coming up on our list, we're going to tackle the wonderful world of the zucchini squash. Zucchinis are a terrific squash. You can do so many different things with them. We're going to start by grilling some zucchini. So we're going to take some big slices of zucchini squash with some olive oil, and we're simply going to toss it in a bowl and coat them very, very well. Now, you can use an outside grill if you wish, or an inside griddle. I'm using an inside grill. So we're going to set these on a very, very hot inside grill, or, like I said, an outside grill. And we're going to cook them for about 3 minutes per side until they have a really nice, crisp look to them with the lines, pretty, good looking on a plate, and they're going to be wonderful. Now we're going to start another dish while those are cooking. I want you to rough chop some tomatoes. We're going to make a beautiful zucchini and tomato soup. Zucchini and tomato go together. Marriage is fabulous. They just complement each other just so well. So chop up some tomatoes. A couple of Roma tomatoes will do. And you've got a hot skillet over here with some olive oil in it. And let's dump those tomatoes right in there. Now what we want to do is take that big zucchini squash we had a few minutes ago, and we're going to chop off some chunks. We're just going to rough chunk it up, just like this. Very, very simple. We're going to start by adding some Italian seasoning into this wonderful zucchini tomato mixture. That's over here in our frying pan. I put in a teaspoon, but you can add more if you wish, depending on how much flavor that you like. Next, we're going to put in a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, which will reduce the carb count from regular garlic. Now we're going to put in some parsley, again some basil. These are the wonderful spices of zucchini and tomatoes and Italian cooking. A little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and then we're going to cover this pot, and we'll move on to our next dish. The next dish we're going to be working on is a wilted zucchini. It's a terrific dish. We're going to check out our grilled zucchini first. We'll flip these. Watch how fast I do this. Here we go. There we go. We'll flip all those over and cook the other side. And then we'll move to our wilted zucchini dish. A wilted zucchini is another replacement for pasta. We'll go back to the same squash we had before. We want to slice this into slices about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm a fast slicer. Now we'll stack those up, and we're going to julienne them. Another wonderful replacement for pasta. Here we go. We'll just slice those down. Now I have a frying pan over here on the stove next to me, and there's about 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I love extra virgin olive oil, whether you use Greek or Italian. or Spanish olive oil, it's all good. But it's a wonderful oil. It's good for you. All you want to do is toss that zucchini right into that olive oil, and it won't take long. It'll cook fairly quickly. There we go. The sizzle's good. You should smell this food, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely smells terrific. Now we want to go ahead and spice this up just a little bit. Again, we're going to go back to our base spices for Italian cooking. We're going to put in some Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon. We're going to go back and put in some powdered garlic, about a quarter teaspoon. Increase it if you wish. Again, we're going to drop in some fresh grated parsley, and we're going to drop in some fresh chopped basil. I love basil. It comes right off our own basil plant in the garden, and it's a terrific spice. We'll just cover that. Now let's give our soup a good stir. Now this will take a little while to cook down, and it'll extract the liquids from the tomatoes and from the zucchini. About 15 minutes is what it'll take on medium-low heat. So just put it in there and let it cook. Let's go ahead and plate up our grilled zucchini. This is a wonderful dish. You don't want to overcook these. You want to make sure they're al dente. In other words, when you put your fork to them, you want to have a bit of firmness in the zucchini when you go to cut them. You don't want them to be real soggy. And we'll take these and we'll sprinkle a little bit of Italian spaghetti sauce right over the top of these guys. And once again, we'll put on some nice, fresh, grated Parmesan cheese. And, you know, what a terrific dish. Now, you could melt some mozzarella cheese on these if you wish, but I just like Parmesan cheese right over the top, just like that. And it's a terrific side dish to any Italian meal. Whether you're having sausage or meatballs or chicken, just serve that right up, and your whole family will absolutely love it. Let's check our wilted zucchini. As you can see, it doesn't take long, just a couple of minutes, and you don't want to overcook this either. So we simply take it and pour it into a bowl. Serve it up with some, again, a tablespoon or 3 of Italian spaghetti sauce right over the top, just like this, with some fresh grated Parmesan cheese over the top of the spaghetti sauce. And once again, here we have another beautiful Italian dish done with zucchini squash. I love it. One more stir of our soup. We want to just let this simmer for about another 6 or 7 minutes, and when it's done, pour it into a bowl, put some Parmesan cheese on it, some chopped parsley, and you'll have a beautiful meal. You can find my books, Fat to Skinny, Fast and Easy, my cookbooks. If you love our recipes, there's plenty of recipes in our cookbooks. And we even have a bakery book with hundreds and hundreds of wonderful baked goods, cakes and pies, a product guide to find all those hard-to-find products at our website at fattoskinny.com. Come visit us, and make sure to click on the support button and visit our forum. It's all free weight support. So you have a good day, and bon appetit.